Hello and welcome to a special edition of Trial by Magus. As you can see here, this episode features one of the Tier 10s in the game. This is the German Tier 10 ground attack aircraft, the Messerschmitt Project 1102B. This is, a goal I set for myself when patch 1.7 came out last year. Been looking forward to this plane a lot. I've flown it a lot on the test servers, and I love it just as much on live. Let's take a look at her. This is a pipe dream paper project, of course. Nothing like this was ever built by Germany. It was only on the blackboard as a blueprint when the war ended in Europe. It was meant as a multi-role aircraft capable of performing night fighter duties, taking out heavy ground targets, engaging tanks, that sort of thing. It was kind of a jack-of-all-trades design, and as a result of that, here in World of Warplanes, she has been turned into an attack aircraft. And while she doesn't carry nearly as much ordnance as the Russian IL-40 and 40P, she carries enough to get the job done and fill her role out. Because like all the other attack aircraft in the German line, the primary mission of the 1102B here, or Drache as I call her, is the elimination of opposing attack aircraft. And that is a job that she is surpassed by none at. Heavy fighters can do that job as well, but they suffer at low altitudes and they don't have as enormous a hit point pool as an attack aircraft like this does in order to soak up low-flying damage you'll take from anti-aircraft guns and rear gunners. Now, it doesn't look like she has a rear gunner, but the cockpit has a spot for the rear gunner right here, and he controls these two blister guns on the sides of the fuselage there via use of periscopes. Because they're on blisters, instead of mounted at the top back of the aircraft right here, these guns can aim down and shoot below the aircraft as well as directly behind and above like a standard rear gunner. Engines, the 1102B has three of them. Two up here mounted under the chin, and the third back here in the tail assembly. Now that makes you pretty fast, but it also means that you have a lot of hitboxes for your engines, so you want to get some protective modules on this thing in order to prevent engine damage. Myself, I took the reinforced airframe and improved covering. On a lot of my attackers I also take the improved armoring, but on this one, because I'm working with a stock crew there, I took the rear gun stabilization so that my gunner has access to the basically a long range extension effect before he actually has the pilot skills for it. Now once he has that, I may change out that piece of equipment for something else, because it's not complex. I don't need to pay any gold to demount the rear stabilization. Ordnance-wise, the 1102B is really light. She only carries 4 bombs, and they're SD-250, 250 kilogram bombs. Those are bombs you first see flying German planes when you step into the BF-110B, all the way back at Tier 4. So these bombs really are starting to get obsolete long before you start using them at Tier 10. I have to drop 2 of these on one target, like a ship or a bunker fortification, in order to knock it out. And the bunkers may take even more than 2, because the ship, if you take out the central hull hitbox, it takes out the entire thing. But bunkers, you need to destroy everything in the area to get credit for the ground target kill. Her rear guns are a pair of 20mm MG213Cs. They can fire out to 800 meters and have a damage rating of 208. They are substantial. They do a lot of damage, and if you've got a long range increase beyond that 800 meters, you're going to see yourself doing a lot of damage with this thing just by flying underneath or through fur balls. Her guns, she carries 4 of the 30mm MG213/30Cs. This is the exact same gun used by the German heavy fighter at Tier 10, the 262 HG3. However, unlike with the HG3 and the 1102, you're not moving along at blistering speeds, and your guns don't overheat. So you actually have pretty good opportunities to get those guns to connect without being, you know, a top-grade sniper with your cannon fire. Equipment, as usual, I don't use any of the Mario Kart consumables. I've got a health pack for my crew, engine restarter, and a fire extinguisher. All very useful when you're dealing with a crew that does not have any extra abilities. Tactics for this thing. You can take her up high because she's got a good amount of boost, but there's really no reason to, because if you're doing your job right, you can prevent the enemy team from getting hardly any supremacy points and get a few for your team yourself, and then force those high-flying fighters to come down into your territory and deal with you on your terms. I'm going to show you a battle where I do exactly that, and we'll see how it works. Good hunting.